Hey, it's the Fish Guy with Something Fishy. I'm excited today to share with you the care instructions for plakat, our centerpiece vases. One of the most important things I want to start with is feeding your fish. You only want to feed once a day, up to 4 pellets of the food that we've provided for you, and you only want to administer 1 pellet at a time. So you put 1 in the tank, give your fish a chance to eat. Once he finds it and eats it, once he's done chewing, then you can go on to the second pellet, and you can do that up to 4 pellets. If he's not hungry after 2, don't feed anymore. If he looks like he's hungry after 4, also don't feed anymore. And remember, it's once a day that you're feeding only 4 pellets. It's very important because overfeeding will pollute your tank. Alright, so now we'll jump into how to clean your tank. Once a week, you're going to take about 8 minutes to be able to clean the vase out so it stays nice and clean. Your vase may not appear dirty when you go to clean it, but you should clean it on a regular basis to be proactive with your maintenance and keep the water healthy for your fish. The first thing that you're going to do is you want to have room temperature water already set out. The room temperature water, have a gallon handy like this, and you want to add water conditioner that we provide. It's 7 drops of water conditioner. Once those are added, you can just leave that sitting there, and we're going to come back and use this when we're through. The next thing is to pull the decor out of the tank. This decor on a weekly basis will be pretty clean. If after several weeks you notice algae or the color isn't as bright, you might want to bleach it. In order to bleach this, you could do 2 things. You could put it in a sink with a stopper, make sure the sink is very clean with no soap residue at all. Put this in there, submerge it with water, add just a capful of bleach, and then about 20 minutes or so later, it should be clean. You want to flush the sink 4 times with fresh water, completely draining it each time to eradicate any of the bleach. Never use any soap or any other chemical other than the bleach. And again, that should only be needed occasionally. If a sink isn't an option, you can do the same thing with a bucket and maybe rinse it and flush it out in the bathtub or something like that. Once the floral is removed, you want to take the vase, and we're going to want to capture the fish by taking the net and the vase to the sink. Before we capture the fish, we do want to provide a little of the existing water into a specimen container. This will be his temporary home. Then we'll capture the fish. Now that the fish is in his safe temporary home, we're going to take a strainer like this and capture the gravel out of the container. Once you have the gravel in the strainer, you just want to rinse it. Make sure you can get any debris out of it. I usually use warm water. Set the gravel aside, put a little bit of water in your vase, and then take your cleaning tool and clean the vase, doing the bottom and the corners really well and all of the sides. Once you're through with that, empty that water out, give it a rinse. Then go ahead and slowly pour the gravel back into the vase. With the gravel back in the vase, I'd add a little bit of fresh water to it, maybe about halfway. With this having some water in it, stirring the gravel and seeing that there's no debris in there, you can go ahead, kind of proves that the gravel is clean. Empty the water out, and then we're going to replenish the water within the clean vase that has been sitting out and is room temperature and has already had the water conditioner added to it. there we can go ahead and put the floral arrangement back in. You want to make sure that you're completely submerging the vase or the base of the flowers into the stone. And they should be centered right about in the middle of the vase. Once that's complete, you can go ahead and add the fish and the water that he's in right to the vase. When you're done, the vase should be filled up to about 1 inch from the top of the vase, and then you can just clean out the exterior with a towel. You want to use a clean towel, no soap. If you're using a sponge or anything like that, most sponges do sometimes come from the store with soap on them, so you want to make sure that's not the case. You don't want any soap around your fish. That's how easy it is to care for your betta in our plakat vase. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us at 877-FISH-TALK, and we're here Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 to help you. It's 877-FISH-TALK.